Welcome back to the Deep Dive, where we got through the information overload to bring you the most compelling insights. Today, we're embarking on a journey through a truly remarkable life, one rich with unwavering dedication, unexpected challenges, and profound lessons on how our actions and intentions shape our world. We're going to explore a life that truly exemplifies the concept of unconditional merit.
And what's particularly insightful about this deep dive is that it's based on a unique case study, the comprehensive life story of a woman whose experiences, from deep spiritual seeking to significant public service, and even the unfolding of family events, provide a rich tapestry for understanding personal karma and aspiration. We're interpreting her narrative through the lens of the Theravada Buddhist tradition, specifically the teachings associated with Wat Phra Dhammakaya. This offers us a rare window into the why behind life's often intricate events, not just the what. By unconditional merit, we mean merit accumulated purely from selfless acts, given without any expectation of personal gain, showing a profound dedication to helping others.
That's a powerful foundation. Our central figure is a woman whose life is just, well, a testament to this selfless service. Her journey began in Lamphun, Thailand, but her path soon led her to become the wife of a distinguished civil servant. Following his career from district chief, known as an AMFO, all the way to director general, or Devotee. Along the way, she transformed into a key figure in both community and, surprisingly, temple defense. It's this unique blend of her public and spiritual life, full of compelling twists, that truly stood out in our source material.
Indeed. The sources we've explored detail not just what happened in her life, the roles she played, the places she lived, but critically, they offer explanations for why these events unfolded. This is where the depth comes in, as it links her present circumstances directly to her past aspirations and deeds, providing a concrete example of karmic principles at play. It's a profound interweaving of the personal with the profound, giving us a clearer understanding of cause and effect.
Okay, so let's start at the beginning of her journey. Our subject was born in Lamphun, but her life quickly became one of constant movement. She traveled extensively, following her husband's government career, which took them across no fewer than 18 provinces. Can you imagine packing up and moving that many times? Her husband rose steadily through the ranks from AMFO to governor, and eventually reached that prestigious position of Devotee.
It's quite the itinerary, isn't it? And what's fascinating here is that while these frequent relocations were certainly due to her husband's career advancements, the sources suggest they also reflected something deeper within her, an inherent bodhisattva-like nature. In Buddhist teachings, a bodhisattva is someone with an innate and powerful inclination to help all beings, driven by immense compassion. This predisposition meant she was perfectly suited to adapt and contribute to each new community she found herself in, almost as if her inner drive aligned perfectly with external circumstances.
That's a powerful concept. So her inner drive was so strong that even her husband's career path seemed to align with her spiritual purpose. It almost sounds like destiny guided their movements, rather than just circumstance. And this constant relocation seemed to fuel a parallel spiritual quest for her. Wherever they moved, she would consistently seek out local temples for meditation, which led her to study Dharma or Buddhist teachings from many different schools. She recounted some pretty intense early meditative experiences, like her breath disappearing, followed by a profound feeling of light and brightness. But at that point, she couldn't find clear guidance on how to proceed further.
Precisely. If we connect this to the bigger picture, her persistent search for spiritual guidance and those deep, personal meditative experiences set a powerful trajectory for her life. This wasn't a casual interest, it was a deeply ingrained spiritual seeking that laid the groundwork for everything that followed, demonstrating a profound internal readiness for deeper understanding and a spiritual home.
And her path eventually led her to Wat Phra Dhammakaya. She actually found it quite serendipitously through a friend's prayer book. The clear, concise meditation instructions within the book immediately piqued her interest. This prompted her to visit the temple, and she felt an immediate powerful connection. From that day on, for over 20 years, she became a regular and dedicated practitioner, finding that profound resonance and dedication within this particular spiritual path. This deep spiritual connection, however, would soon face a profound test, leading us to a pivotal moment both in her life and for the temple. The sources describe a period where Wat Phra Dhammakaya came under intense attack, often referred to as the farmer issue. Our subject was in a unique position. She was an eyewitness to the events from the very beginning. She saw the temple being bullied and harassed.
Right. And to give context to the farmer issue, the sources clarify that the temple, Wat Phra Dhammakaya, had followed proper legal procedures, giving 7 years' notice to tenants to end their lease agreements. The conflict, therefore, arose not from the temple's wrongdoing, but because villagers were apparently hired and incited to destroy temple property rather than respecting these legal agreements. This situation raises an important question for all of us. How do we discern truth when narratives conflict so strongly, especially when public perception is shaped by powerful media voices that contradicted the reality she witnessed?
What she did next was truly remarkable, a testament to her deep devotion. When she made marriage, she didn't pray for wealth or power or any personal gain. Her singular, unwavering prayer was only for her husband to be transferred to Klong Luang district chief. Her sole, explicit purpose, as documented in the sources, was to help and defend the temple she had grown to love.
What's fascinating here is the singular, selfless nature of her prayer. It demonstrates how such clear and focused intention can indeed shape circumstances. It wasn't about what she could gain, but what she could give, especially in a time of crisis for a cause she deeply believed in. This is a powerful example of how clear intention can manifest tangible outcomes.
And incredibly, her prayer was answered. Her husband was indeed transferred to Klong Luang. Once he arrived, he didn't just take his post. He immediately launched a thorough investigation of the temple. He inspected every corner, opened huts, searched everywhere. And his findings were clear. There were no TVs, no refrigerators, just sleeping mats and meditation paraphernalia. There were no hidden weapons under the uba suit, the ordination hall, only ritual items, directly refuting the sensational media claims of hidden arms or communist gatherings. Despite his findings, the destruction was immense and heartbreaking. Buddha statues were smashed, huts were burned. Tragically, some monks perished in those fires, and even the temple's ponds and natural environment were vandalized. The sources even recount a shocking incident where villagers with torches burned a hut during a sacred Cathan ceremony.
Mhm. From a karmic perspective, these actions of destruction and incitement, especially when directed at a place of spiritual practice and its inhabitants, create significant negative imprints. The sources explain that those who engaged in such destructive acts could face rebirth in lower realms if negative karmic images dominate at the time of their death. It underscores the profound injustice and the spiritual consequences of such actions, highlighting the deep interplay between intent and consequence.
It's truly heartbreaking. And the karmic implications you mentioned, particularly about negative imprints in lower realms, does the source elaborate on how specific actions like smashing statues directly correlate to specific karmic outcomes, or is it more about the underlying intent of destruction? The couple was understandably distressed and felt a strong desire to retaliate, to fight back. But Luang Porthata, who is now known as Fra Phawanapariakun, advised them against it. He warned them that retaliation would only create further karmic ties, perpetuating a cycle of vengeance, and ultimately escalate the conflict to an even greater extent.
That's an excellent question about the specifics of karmic correlation. The sources emphasize that it's the intent behind the actions, the malicious desire to destroy a place of spiritual value and harm those within it, that primarily determines the severity of the negative karmic imprint, leading to outcomes such as difficult rebirths. The specific act of smashing a statue or burning a hut is a manifestation of that negative intent. Cortada's advice is crucial here. It demonstrates profound understanding of how to prevent the perpetuation of cycles of conflict and suffering. Choosing non-retaliation, even in the face of grave injustice, is a testament to a higher spiritual wisdom aimed at breaking those karmic chains rather than simply reacting in kind.
Despite their efforts to clarify the facts and negotiate with villagers, even with journalists present who did publish small corrections, public misunderstanding persisted. Officials and the public largely shied away from the temple, but our couple didn't. In an incredible act of public support, the wife and her husband, as the district chief, became a beacon. They personally participated in alms offerings daily for 3 months, joined by over 100 monks who passed their home. They encouraged other officials and subordinates to join them, creating a powerful example. This period, for her, was described as one of immense happiness and pride.
This act of unwavering public support, especially under duress and facing public scrutiny, powerfully illustrates a core principle: that profound generosity, driven by pure intention, can create immense merit. Her joy in making these offerings, even under duress, shows the power of a pure intention, regardless of external circumstances. The sources indicate that this particular act of profound generosity will indeed lead to success in all aspects of life, along with excellent physical, financial, and moral attributes in the future.
Her dedication didn't stop there. As her husband's career progressed, she continued her own path of service. She worked at the Klong Luang Primary Education Office, conveniently located right next to the temple. She dedicated herself to all kinds of temple work, cleaning floors, arranging flowers, even sewing thousands of rags, making golden bags for statues, compiling donor albums, and cooking for the monks weekly. The sources even mentioned that many people thought she was actually a temple staff member, given her tireless efforts.
And this capacity for such a wide range of tasks, everything from what might be considered traditionally women's work, like sewing to construction design, all without formal training, is quite remarkable. The sources attribute this to Vyavasha merit from past lives. This specific type of merit is earned through diligent, selfless service and active assistance to others, which allowed her to self-learn quickly and acquire diverse skills in this lifetime, a true testament to how past actions can influence present abilities.
As her husband's career continued to advance, they eventually moved to Sisaket and then to Chiang Mai, where he became governor. Of course, she followed, taking on the significant role of president of the Red Cross chapter in each new province, always finding a way to serve her community.
This continuous movement and her active role in each new community powerfully reinforce the idea that her life path is deeply tied to benefiting humanity. It's a consistent thread of service, whether in a spiritual context, through civic duties, or through direct compassionate action.
Even from distant Sisaket, she maintained her deep connection to Wat Phra Dhammakaya, organizing monthly trips for officials to visit the temple. But she also dedicated herself to reviving local branch temples like Wat Muang Kong. She initiated Dharma centers, established a monastic school, and even broadcast Dharma teachings via radio. She was always pursuing new avenues for making merit and spreading the teachings. And her life of service wasn't just about spiritual and civic duties. She and her husband faced two major natural disasters together. First, a massive flood hit Sisaket, brought by Typhoon Sasha, where the entire province was submerged for over 2 months, some roofs completely underwater. Then later, another devastating flood struck Mai Chayam district in Chiang Mai, causing landslides and destroying numerous homes.
Their response to these crises was extraordinary. The sources detail their tireless relief efforts, delivering food by helicopter, using boats and amphibious vehicles to rescue people from rooftops and trees, coordinating military aid for hundreds of thousands affected, and working late nights and planning meetings for months. The sources are clear that their tireless work during these large-scale disasters was not a result of shared negative karma with the victims, but a powerful manifestation of their bodhisattva-like inclination to help others, bringing them immense new merit. This highlights a proactive, compassionate response rather than a karmic burden, demonstrating a deep wellspring of selfless giving.
Let's turn to some truly intriguing karmic insights revealed in her family story, offering more specific examples of these principles at play. We learn about her mother-in-law, who suffered from paralysis for 8 long years. Our subject, the wife, eventually urged her mother-in-law to release birds she had caged for a long time. The remarkable outcome. Within 6 months of releasing the birds, her mother-in-law recovered, able to walk again, and lived for several more years until the age of 70.
This is a clear and compelling example of how positive actions can mitigate negative karma. The sources explain that the paralysis was linked to past karma of killing animals for food, either by her own hand or through her command. The recovery, however, was primarily due to previous acts of releasing animals, with the present act of releasing the caged birds providing a powerful boost, accelerating the positive karmic effect. It's also worth noting that caging animals, even if they are later released, can still result in periods of confinement or a lack of freedom in future lives, perhaps due to illness or circumstances, but with eventual liberation due to the act of release. After her passing, the mother-in-law was reborn as a celestial being on the 2nd level of the Tabatimsa heaven, a specific heavenly realm, due to her accumulated merit and the dedicated merit transferred to her by her family.
The karmic thread continues with her maternal grandparents. Her grandfather was described as a kind village head, known for his generosity. However, in his youth, he also enjoyed hunting. He died at 65, tragically getting caught in his own trap, experiencing difficulty breathing. Her grandmother, on the other hand, was incredibly diligent, known for working non-stop, an admirable trait she passed on to our subject. She also died at 65 from tongue cancer.
The sources discuss the karmic implications of these lives. The grandfather's death by his own trap is presented as a direct karmic consequence of his past hunting activities, the very act he committed returning to him. The grandmother's diligent nature, which was indeed passed on to our subject, reflects a strong work ethic built over lifetimes. Both, having received dedicated merit from their descendants, are now in the good realm of Bhumadevas, or terrestrial deities, with their own celestial abodes near each other.
What an incredible tapestry of lives and lessons we've explored. So, bringing all these threads together, what does this all mean for our subject and our husband? Given everything we've heard, what were the overarching patterns and karmic blueprints that shaped their unique journey?
Well, if we connect these threads, we see a consistent pattern of cause and effect, driven by both past aspirations and present actions. Her husband's ascent to high office, for instance, is not random, but a culmination of his past generosity, morality, and specific aspirations for leadership. He was a Mahatma, a great soul or city ruler in many past lives, naturally skilled in governance. Similarly, their frequent relocations, all 18 of them, highlight how deeply their bodhisattva-like nature sought to benefit people across many places, aligning with his career demands. Their strong affinity for Pathum Thani and Wat Phrai Dhammakaya itself is attributed to karmic ties from many past lives of building merit within that specific community. Their tireless efforts helping flood victims were, as we discussed, a profound manifestation of their innate bodhisattva disposition, a deep love for helping others, and not due to shared negative karma with the victims. It was a source of immense new merit, born of pure compassion. Their defense of the temple during the farmer issue is explained by their past lives dedicated to supporting the spread of the Dhammakaya knowledge, the specific teachings of the Buddha related to inner wisdom aspiring to be a supportive force for its propagation. As for the farmer mob and instigators, the sources say some had deep-seated karmic feuds from past lives, stemming from battles for kingdoms, while others were incited in this life. Those who engaged in destructive acts, like smashing statues or burning huts, truly risked rebirth in lower realms if negative karmic images dominated at the time of their death. The extraordinary 3-month daily alms offering to over 100 monks was a direct result of past aspirations for strong faith, generosity, and the rare opportunity to offer to worthy recipients. This will bring success in all aspects of life, along with excellent physical, financial, and moral attributes in the future. Her service to royalty and high-ranking officials is attributed to past aspirations to be close to and serve righteous leaders, showing a consistent pattern of loyalty and support. Her diverse skills, often without formal training, are a direct result of past Vayavacham merit, that diligence in helping others in her current similar actions, fostering quick learning and self-taught abilities. Finally, regarding her son, the sources indicate he is destined for a short but significant period of monastic life, suggesting another unique karmic path unfolding within the family.
What an incredible journey and profound set of insights. This deep dive truly illustrates how our intentions and actions, both in this life and past ones, intricately weave the fabric of our present and future. It's a powerful reminder of the continuity of cause and effect, seen so vividly through one family's experiences.
Absolutely. The steadfast commitment of this woman and her husband, despite facing immense challenges and public scrutiny, powerfully showcases the profound impact of cultivating generosity, virtue, and a selfless spirit of service. It's a powerful reminder that our aspirations and efforts resonate far beyond immediate circumstances, shaping not just this life, but future ones as well.
So consider, the next time you face a challenge or are presented with an opportunity to help, what kind of aspiration would you set? What karmic seeds are you planting for your own future journey? And how might even a small act of kindness reverberate through your life and the lives of others?
Indeed, every action, every intention contributes to the unfolding story of our lives. This case study truly brings that to light, showing us how deeply connected our choices are to our destiny.
Thank you for joining us for this fascinating deep dive. We'll be back with another intriguing exploration next time.